Yeah, so I know you spent some time in the lodge as it relates to Freemasonry. So I wanted to see if you could expound on the time that you spent there and what you learned and things of that nature.
Well, what I learned, God, is that my old dad's people out of Belize were all Freemasons. My grand uncle was the grand and potentate, or the big man, as they call him, back in Belize. He built the lodge back in Belize. So there's a part of my family's history that men take this journey into Freemasonry. And what is Freemason? This means a free builder. If you look at the science of the numbers, free and mason, it just means to be what? A free thinker to build your house, which is yourself. Right? But of course, if you don't got knowledge of yourself, you get caught up in the symbols and, oh, I'm a mason. You got all these brothers wearing the regalia. You know what I mean? Real masons don't do that. They don't have to. That's why it's called a what? A secret organization. Not that a secret is an organization with secrets. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you're going to find out what the secret is you got to get in. Not everybody can get in. You know, say B1, the B1 must ask one. But even if you ask one, they ain't going to tell you. That's why we know that there's two types of masons. The speculative and the operative. The speculative is speculating. The operating is operating in that what? That realm. You know what I mean? So, in the first degree in Freemasonry, which is called the apprentice, you find out certain things. You know what I mean? Which is the knowledge. The second degree is the fellowcraft. That's the wisdom, the bridge. And then that third degree is the master mason, one who knows and understands how to build. You know what I mean? That's the highest degrees in masonry you can really go. Everything else is honorary, you know what I mean, which is the York Rite, which is 32 degrees, and those people that are frozen there, you're going to stay there. You know what I mean? And those that's called the 33 and a third, which is a half, you know what I mean, not even a half, a third, you know what I mean, of the reality of who God is the Scottish Rite. Now, all those degrees are honorary. So for me, when I got to the third degree, or what we call the blue house, right, I was like, yo, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, because I already had knowledge of myself. I only did this because it was the rites of passage as it relates to the fathers or the men of my father's family. But what I found out, God, is just like, you know, anything else. You go in the lodge, there's a floor called a mosaic pavement. It has two squares, black and white. If we look at that reality, that's chess. Right? Chess. What's in your chest? You got to have heart. Right? You got to have a heart. But what's in the Lord's mind is in what? The heart, and then what? Heavens above. So when you walk in this, you have a choice to make. You know, most Freemasons, they say they come on their own free will and accord. But they put their hand on the Bible. Right? They take an oath. But then, as they go higher, they put their hand in the Quran. Then they say, Assalamu alaikum. Right? Which means they're dealing with an Islamic reality. So Masonic history and the lessons of those that know coming from an Islamic foundation. So it came right back to the science that the black man's God. That's the secret of Freemasonry, that the black man is God. And the white man who wants to try to learn and do like the original man, get the sword over his bed not to reveal that secret, because if he revealed it, his power will be taken away from him. You know what I mean? Because the power, they know that the black man is God. They know when they go to 33 to 30, they see Jesus, which is a black man. But they can't reveal that because the power will be stripped away. You know what I mean? So when I discovered all this, I was like, man, I already had that knowledge of the black man's God, but we got to know the science of everything in life. To know the science is to go in there and find out what it is and then apply it to what you're dealing with. So Freemasonry, God, well, most people who get involved in it, they only get regard in it because it's supposed to give them some type of power that I'm involved with a powerful organization. They pawns in the game of chess. They the front linesmen. You know what I mean? They're not really the people. The masonry, like anything else, have another side to it that go way beyond the scope. Some will call it the Illuminati. Some will call it the Bavarian connection. Some will call it the, what they call it, the Committee of 33 or Committee of 30. I mean, they got many names for it. But like anything else, man, you either going to follow suit or you're going to be put in a suit acting other than yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it makes no sense to act other than yourself. So like anything else, man, I touched on that science and I got what I needed to get out of it. But 120 in mathematics told me everything, man, to be honest with you. So Freemasonry, I would tell you to study it, to understand what it comes from, but Freemasonry was made and put in place by Caucasian men who knew who the black man was and said, look, if we reveal this secret, we won't have power over them. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's still going this day and time. And then you got black men wanting to get involved with something that's already theirs, which is the knowledge of self. Knowledge is already there, but we look outside ourselves for it, thinking we can get closer. When you get hit with that in your head in the 3rd degree, it's supposed to awaken the senses. For all you Masons who's watching this, you know that. They tell you, you get hit with that fatal blow, wake up and recognize how to what? Use that compass so you can be a better man. That's what it is, in simple terms. You know what I mean?
All right.
Peace.
Through the course of time, we were dumb, deaf, and blind. Now we on the incline, built with one mind. Came a long way, but yet we still far behind. So uplift the mind, God wise and shine. I speak to the black, brown, and yellow seed. My fellow breed, all race, colors, and creed. Search for the knowledge, use science and math, and be queens and kings like the centuries past. The devil tried to fool my people.